All right, all right, all right. It is noon. It's actually 12:01. I'm a minute late. Meteorologist Brad Maushart here with a quick check of your not-so-terrible Tuesday on the way. I know we started off a little bit gloomy. It's been gray, and we've seen some rain showers, but a lot of that is drying up. This lousy low, it's been pesky. It has been with us for the better part of, what has it been, like almost a week? It is finally starting to push its way on off to the east. We're going to start to dry back out. Sunshine already popping out in a few spots out there, and where we are seeing sunshine, these temperatures are on the rise. 60, a few peaks of sun down there towards Carroll, Gallatin County, Switzerland County, and that's helping to push those temperatures up, whereas a little bit further up the road, Wilmington, you can tell you're still seeing the thick clouds, the gloom, the gray, and the awfulness. Don't worry. Most areas by this afternoon, if not by 1 o'clock, that's when the vast majority of the tri-state will see some sunshine, but by 5 to 6, everybody will see the sunshine outside. It's off to the west. You can see those mid-60s already popping up in western Indiana. You can tell those 50s hanging around Ohio. That's where the gloom, the gray, and the rain's still trying to hang on. So you might see a little bit of lingering drizzle here the next hour or two, but I think by 1 o'clock you can see those clearing skies. They will have arrived in most spots. And before sunset tonight, mark my words, everybody will see some sunshine before the day is up. This lousy low, the block finally breaking down. This blocking pattern we've been stuck in for a while. That low will slide on out and high pressure will come in to quickly and briefly replace it. Arriving later today, it'll hang with us through most of Wednesday, but quickly sliding out and getting replaced by another storm system into Thursday. That one is going to be a quick hitter. It will be with us. It'll be out of here. Give us a good chance for some storms. Nothing severe. If we see anything severe from Thursday, it's going to be well into southern Kentucky, central and southern Kentucky. So not a whole lot to worry about for the tri-state. And then we will clear out and cool down for what looks to be a perfect Mother's Day weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, take your pick. All 3 days look to be really, really nice outside. A little chilly in the mornings. But other than that, unless you have those early outdoor brunch plans, you shouldn't be too impacted by anything this weekend. So great weather for soccer. We have a couple International Space Station viewing opportunities, some that look to be really nice outside as well, not just your average passes. We'll talk about those coming up in just a few minutes. 70 outside today. We'll hit that between about 3 to 4 o'clock. That is when we'll see the most sunshine outside. A few clouds, later on this evening, but otherwise nothing too bad outside. Temperatures with those clearing skies today, kind of a double-edged sword. We'll warm back up. It'll be nice on the front end, and then with mostly clear skies through the overnight, expect temperatures to drop off pretty quick. It will be a jacket-worthy morning tomorrow, with some spots in the mid to upper 40s out there on some of the outlying outskirts of town. So here's 1 o'clock. Like I said, by 1, I think most of the tri-state seeing mostly sunny skies. Really nice afternoon. The lingering gloom up in the northeast will mostly clear out by the time we hit 5 to 6 o'clock tonight. And by 6 to 7, remember, these days are getting longer and longer. Sunset tonight, not until well after 8:30. So you'll have a few hours at least to get in the free vitamin D up there as well. So everybody gets to see the sun today. Clear skies tonight. Chilly temperatures early tomorrow morning. Some spots upper 40s out there. The rest of us, low 50s. Still jacket worthy, at least for an hour or two. And then we start the rebound tomorrow. There's a little rain in the graphic. Not everybody will see the showers tomorrow, but there is a slim chance we could see a shower here or there in the afternoon hours. Otherwise, mostly cloudy. Highs back in the mid-70s. Nice warm up, a little bit above normal. Sunrise tomorrow at 6:34. Sunset a little over 14 hours later, past that 8:30 mark in the evening. Here is the look ahead as we look past our not-so-terrible Tuesday into Wednesday. Wednesday, the clouds thicken. We said more clouds than not, but a mostly dry day. And again, remember with these models, you start looking at the global models, they kind of overdo it in the rain chances. They look a little bit more busy than what it's actually going to look like. This is just telling me there will be a chance for at least a few showers outside Wednesday. As we work our way into Thursday, our next weather maker, our next storm system will arrive. In the morning, we can see a little bit of a warm-up, warm front pushing in, but the big threat for rain will be mostly in the afternoon and evening. And as it pushes in, since this will be more of an early afternoon threat for most of us, and it looks like rain holds on for much of the day, those temperatures will be a little cooler. This is what saved us outside yesterday from seeing some of the stronger storms. Same thing on Thursday. I do think, even though a cold front will press in, and we will see some thunderstorms with this, I don't think they're going to be as strong as what they're going to see where it stays a little bit drier and a little bit warmer down through central and southern Kentucky. So for us, it's a thunderstorm threat, but a quick hitting one. It will be in, it will be out by late Thursday into early Friday. We will clear out very quickly. And this presents a little bit of a problem, just like this coming night that we're about ready to see. Depending on how quickly we clear out and how entirely we clear out, is going to have an effect on the temperatures, because it's like taking the blankets. When you take away the cloud cover, temperatures drop quickly this time of the year. So early Friday morning, this is what we were talking about yesterday, some spots will have the potential to drop into the upper 30s. It's not frost or freeze worthy, but if you have some sensitive plants that don't like the 30s, or maybe even the low 40s, you might want to bring them inside both Friday and Saturday mornings. After that, I think we're done with having to worry about it. Now, if you're trying to get a jump on the spring planting, I think you're pretty safe out there as we work our way through the next couple of days. So typically Mother's Day is the rule of thumb for the Ohio Valley. We're pretty close to that. That is Sunday being Mother's Day, so I think you can get some of that planting done. So as long as the 30s are okay for Friday. If not, wait until Saturday, and then you can get some of that work done this weekend. Because as you can see, or in this case not see, there's no rain showing up. For the first time in forever, it seems like, we don't have any rain. Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Outdoor plans this weekend, fantastic. Make some plans. It'll be really, really nice, but don't forget to throw on the sunscreen. I'll show you why with that, too, coming up in just a bit. Made a little fun graphic yesterday because I have so much time on my hands. I did it in like an hour, so we'll see how it works, if it even looks good. Monday, talking about Monday of next week, just after Mother's Day, is when we'll start to see another storm system roll on in. It'll start with some spotty showers, some downpours on Monday. Tuesday looks to be the better of the rain days. So, with that said, I know it's Mother's Day. You probably already have plans, but try to make it a point to get some of the yard work done this weekend, be it Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Maybe Monday. Monday, not a guarantee. Try to get that yard work done because it does look like wet weather pushes back in early next week. All right, let's start with some soccer, some footy in town over at the Tickle. 7:30 over at TQL Stadium. If you're marching in, again, sunglasses. If you're over in the First Financial Club or anywhere on the east side of the stadium, sunglasses, sunscreen, because with that kickoff at 7:30 and the sun not setting until after 8:30, you'll have an hour of sunshine to deal with. And if you're at the stadium earlier than that, you'll have even more. A lot of sunshine outside. It's going to be bright for the first hour or so until that sun gets low enough to go behind the stadium. 68. Yeah, just perfect weather outside for soccer this weekend. Players and fans alike. Maybe a little warm for the players, but they'll deal with it. 64 outside for the kickoff, dropping back into the upper 50s. Maybe a jacket. Take it with you if you have cold tolerance issues out there. For the drive home, we're talking upper 50s with those clearing skies. Otherwise, great. Austin FC in town. They're doing all right there in the Western Conference, so it should be a good matchup. I'm not a sports person. Let's stick to weather. Two great things happening outside Friday and Saturday. Two great passes of the International Space Station are going to happen Friday and Saturday. Friday, a little bit later and a little bit lower, but still pretty high up in the sky. Both passes are going to be 7 minutes long. Usually when we talk about these, it's 3, 4, 5 minutes, you'll see it. This is a 7-minute pass. That means it is almost going to go across the entire sky. It's going to be in the sky for a while. If you've seen this before, and I'll kind of stop this and back it up a little bit. I think I messed up this graphic already, but I did. You'll see a little kind of a dot. It looks like a star going across the sky, essentially. That's what you're looking for. If you've never looked at this before. It looks kind of like, well, it is a satellite, essentially, but you're looking for that space station to come across the sky. It looks like the other stars almost. It's a little bit brighter, and it's going to have some movement to it. You will see it tracing across the sky. And in terms of how long it is going to go, 7 minutes, starting at 10:21 Friday night, and with the clear skies, you'll have no problem seeing this. 10:28 is when that will end, roughly. You might see it a little earlier in the west and southwest of town. You might see it just a minute or so later in the northeast, either way. Right around that time frame, starting in the west-southwest, ending northeast. So low on the horizon, you'll see it go 60 degrees over the sky. That's like 6 fists up, so it's almost directly overhead. And then we get to Saturday. Load, load, load. Load, load, load. And then Saturday, same thing. Different times, though. Same event. You're still looking for the International Space Station. This one, a little better for those of you who like to go to bed early. 9:33, an earlier start, 9:33 to 9:40. Still a 7-minute pass. This one even more overhead than the other one, 76 degrees. So if you take your fist on the horizon, hold it out all the way out in front of you, and you start stacking fists on top of one another, count to 7, and that's almost to 8. That's how high up in the sky it's going to be, almost directly overhead by the time it reaches its max height. You'll be able to see this one for a long time. Plenty of blue skies out there. If you like to stargaze, this will be your weekend for it because we'll have plenty of clear skies out there for your Mother's Day. Speaking of the weekend, let's go ahead and get to the 7-day, and then I'll see if we have any questions or complaints on Facebook. Got to check the comments section sometimes. And we're going to wait through the rest of this week. Slim chance for showers tomorrow. Most of us are dry. Thursday's the next best chance for rain. Expect to get wet. Most of us will. Some of us will see some rumbles of thunder. We are not expecting, just because the temperatures will be a little bit rain-cooled through the day, not expecting to see any severe weather from that. If they see any stronger storms, it'll be well into southern Kentucky. Friday, we dry out quickly. Watch out for the sensitive plants early Friday morning. Same with Saturday, though it's going to be a little warmer. Plenty of sunshine. Friday, Saturday, Sunday looks fantastic. It hurts me because, I'm usually bad news. I've been talking about it all week, this past week with this pesky low. It's going to be a great weekend. Get out there and enjoy it. Bad news, Brad, none of that to be found for Mother's Day. Monday, we'll start to see that slim chance for showers push back in, and Tuesday, better chances for rain and storms return. And then I think it's going to be pretty warm. I told you, I think we're done with the threat. It's like a light switch here, around the Ohio Valley when it comes to Mother's Day and temperatures. We always tell you don't plan anything until after Mother's Day, and it really just seems like that's just kind of the switch. Next week, the extended forecast, and I don't have a graphic for it, so apologies in advance. I'm sure it's in here. I just don't want to search for it while I'm live streaming this. But the extended forecast from the Climate Prediction Center showing well above normal temperatures. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the whole next week stretch. Days 8 to 14. Well above normal temperatures. Normal for this time of the year is 71. So well above normal. You have to kind of, artist interpretation. Probably a good stretch of the 80s on tap once we hit the middle of next week. Once we get rid of that rain on Tuesday, it looks like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, through that 8 to 14-day stretch, well above normal temperatures. I mean, we're already above normal through the second half of that forecast there. 71s are normal, so 75, 78, that's already above. We're talking 80s, though, well above normal temperatures, a nice warm stretch ahead. Let's go ahead and see what the people are complaining about today on Facebook. What do we got? Let's see. Good news, Brad. Yeah, I know that hurts me. It is good news, Susan, out there for much of the stretch ahead, except for Thursday. So rain chances on Thursday. Let's hop back to it. I'll show you real quick if you're still watching, Andrea. If not, I'll answer your question later in the chat. So this is the morning hours. This is going to be a kind of morning and evening event, 2 waves. First wave comes in with a warm front on Thursday morning. That one's not really going to be much to write home about, except it's going to be annoying. It's going to be a nuisance. You're going to see the rain outside early. Working our way into the afternoon, we might catch some dry time, and then the cold front comes crashing on down. That'll eventually sweep the rain out of here early Friday morning and clear us out quickly. But it will give us a good chance to see those storms outside for Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. So plan on rain just most of the day. Just keep the rain gear close by. Take it with you when you leave. You might not need it in the morning. That's going to be a little bit more spotty. Later we get in the day, the better the storm chances will be. The more intense rainfall, downpours, rumbles of thunder. So an on and off thing, kind of 2 waves. Morning wave, not a lot. Evening wave, probably a little bit more punch, but still nothing severe. So hopefully that answers your question. That is all on that one. I now get to pull out my trusty cellular device and see if I can hop on Facebook today, see if it likes me. And we will see if we can switch on over. I'm in a lead. There is no severe risk on Thursday. We don't have to worry about severe weather. With that said, you don't want to be stuck outside with lightning. It could have impacts on the outdoor school events, practices, games this time of the year. If you have baseball, softball, I don't know what else, spring sports. I haven't been in high school for a while. But if you do have, I'm going to have to hop off the Wi-Fi. I think that's my issue. There we go. Let's hop on here and see if there's any other Facebook comments coming up on my page. Turn myself down. There are none. All right, that's good. All right, so, no severe threat, but obviously you can't play those games outside in the lightning, so be prepared for that. Yeah. Some heavier rain at times. It's going to be a nuisance more than anything. But here's the good news with this. We don't have to deal with it for a week. It'll be in and out, literally within the day. So Thursday morning, showers. Afternoon, evening, showers. And by the time we hit even 9 to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you got the outdoor dinner plans that are maybe a little bit later, that's 8. Here's 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, some lingering drizzle perhaps in our northernmost communities, but this will dry out kind of from north to south. By 8 o'clock downtown, 7:30 to 8, we should be clearing back out. Oh, Blad, I take everything very seriously. We will be cleared back out by 7:30 to 8. So even the Thursday evening plans, those later plans, looking good. It will be a little breezy. We'll have some gusts maybe up to 15 to 20 miles per hour. That's going to be spotty. Not everybody sees that, but we'll see some gusts at times behind it. It is a cold front, and then the temperatures are going to tumble. And judging by this latest model guidance, it has us mostly clear, sky-wise, even sky cover-wise. Clouds are out of here by 11. That means that even though the models are trying to keep us in the 40s, I bet you we'll have some spots, especially northwest of downtown, that are going to drop into the 30s. So be careful with the plants early Friday morning. I'm telling you, bring them inside if you have the sensitive plants out in a planter. If it's something you can move, if you've already planted it, I'm sorry. May the odds be forever in your favor. You don't have to unplant it. We'll see how it goes, because I think a lot of spots will stick in the 40s, but there's some spots that could drop. That'll be a Friday morning threat. Not a frost, not a freeze, but the sensitive plants could take some issue with those cooler temperatures. Saturday looks better, Sunday looks great, and then we fast forward to the next rain chance in the next week. All right, let's see if any other questions have come up. Nothing just yet, no problem. Jennifer, Andrea, hopefully you have a nice day outside the rest of your day. I don't have anything on my Facebook, which is always a surprise, because usually there's always one heckler on there. Yeah, it might be another day where I just log off early, write a web story real quick, and head to lunch, because that sounds really good right now. My stomach is rumbling. We had a chef in earlier who was cooking up all kinds of good stuff. And they put the kitchen, this is how the studio's set up, a little behind the scenes, a little inside baseball. They put the kitchen, where these chefs come in and cook delicious things, immediately next to the chroma key, the green wall, where I do the weather typically in the mornings. So all the good smells, while I'm just standing over there, because usually they go from that to weather, it just waft over to me, and then I get hungry for the rest of the day. So I'm already starving. It's 12:18, and I'm ready to eat. That's where my priorities lie here for the day today. What else we got? We have no more comments there. I guess I'll just give you the spiel again real quick on the International Space Station, because I think this will be a cool event to go check out with, maybe the kids. You've been stargazing or trying to. I know you haven't really been able to do much of it the last month. Really clear skies, really nice for this. This will be Friday night, 10:21 to 10:28. It's a 7-minute pass, an exceptional pass for the International Space Station. 7-minute pass, 60 degrees. Again, if you take your fist, extend it all the way out. Here's a fun astronomy trick. All the way out and level the bottom of your fist kind of with the horizon. And then start stacking fists on top of that. You get to 6. That'll be 60 degrees up in the sky. That's where it will be at its max height, and then it'll come back down behind you. Saturday, even better. This will be even higher in the sky. 16 degrees higher, almost directly overhead. So it's going to start off in the southwest. If this was southwest, it will come up all the way and go to the opposite end of the sky. Like it would go just about the same, angle as the sun. Speaking of the sun, I did say I would talk about this. With all the sunshine, this will be posted to Facebook later in case you don't get all the numbers. Sunburns, you might have noticed if you've been out when it was shining not too long ago. You got sunburned pretty quick. A lot of people think it's still spring, the sun, it's not that intense just yet. What we were dealing with in April is the same angle of the sun that you see in August. It is already starting to get to the peak intensity because it's almost directly overhead. Our peak angle comes next month for the summer solstice. It's 74.3 degrees. I know those numbers are kind of small. Maybe I'll make those bigger so people can read them. So this is the sun angles. Our lowest is obviously December 21st or 22nd, whatever it was this coming year. Usually around the 20th of each month is when you see the solstices and the equinoxes. But as we get towards the winter solstice, lowest angle, about 27.5 degrees. Remember, count 3 almost up. Very low angle on the horizon. This satellite will be closer to what we see in terms of the sun angle in June, so it's going to mimic exceptionally. Thanks for that, Joyce, for what a wonderful comment. All right, people are going to be great today. It's a Tuesday, and it's been gloomy for a week, so we're going to have all the characters. Just be careful out there this weekend. There will be a lot of sunshine, so if you do have the plans, please put sunscreen on. I can speak from experience. Just last month, I got torched. Having been outside at Easter, that was like the last time we saw the sun here in the Ohio Valley. So yes, the International Space Station, anything you want to do this weekend. We'll have plenty of sunshine and clear skies for it. Just be careful out there because that sun will be beaming from a very high angle, over 71 degrees up in the sky. That is 7/5 if you're keeping track. One more look at the old 7-day here, and then I'm going to call it quits and go get something to eat. And hopefully you can do the same and enjoy the rest of your day today. There we are, FC Cincinnati back in town, 7:30 Saturday over at TQL Stadium. Comfortable sunshine, 69 degrees, perfect outside. 72 for Mother's Day, just a few clouds. Don't say, moms, I didn't give you anything out there. And then next week, storms push back in. So everybody, have a great Tuesday. Enjoy your day. I'm going to get off of here and enjoy a nice lunch, and I hope, like I said, you can do the same.